Okay, I'll try not to make this overly long, but there are a few things I learned from the first day of online classes yesterday that I thought I should share with you before you get going today. First of all, you might have heard that beep in the back. That is the sound of my email going off. It has already gone off hundreds of times today. I suspect it will go off 1,000 or more, and that's great because that means we're communicating, so keep doing that. I noticed a little bit of latency, a little bit of lag in the discussion board system, so I don't always immediately see your post, but I don't have much more to do other than keep refreshing it anyway, so you'll probably get an answer pretty quickly, so keep communicating. Let me clarify something first, and I think almost everybody figured this out yesterday based on the careful reading of my email. If you don't carefully read the email I send you every day, you're not going to know what to do. This is about following directions, which is sometimes a challenge, but nobody thought this was going to be easy, but it's going to be overly hard if you don't read the directions carefully. So I'm giving you directions in this video that I need to hear from you every day. If you email me, great. If you make a discussion board post, great, but that's how I take attendance. Now, you students in advanced math did not have any assignments due yesterday, but you do have an assignment due today, 2 in fact. One of them is the Computation Go, which you should have graded last night. The other one is the assignment 7A.1, the learning opportunity. Now, I know that assignment was hard. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. As part of your daily check-in, when you say hello on the discussion board, if you would include the grades for your Computation Go and for your learning opportunity. What I mean is, in the same way that we graded in class, if you missed 2, tell me -2 on the learning opportunity. If you got 7 out of 12 on the Computation Go, tell me 7 out of 12. As soon as I see that, I enter the grade immediately. Now, mistakes will be made, probably by me. That's okay. As soon as we get past the third quarter, comments and grades are back open and you can look at your grades. If you see a blank spot, I will no longer put them in as missing. They will no longer be zeros. They will just be blank, assuming I'm not overlooking something where that could cause a problem. I don't think so. You know what? I'm up in the air on that. We'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, if you don't see a grade for an assignment, it either means you haven't yet sent it to me, or I made a mistake. If I made a mistake, just send it to me again. Let me know. I'm saving everything you send me, so I should be able to figure it out. But don't fall behind. In other words, if you don't send me a grade for today, for learning opportunity 7A.1 and the Computation Go today, things are going to get very confusing very fast. So send me those grades. If you don't like sending them publicly, mark the message private. Or email it to me. However, the more messages that we cannot mark private, let me show you what the discussion board looks like at this exact moment. And we're only at 11 a.m. on Tuesday when I'm showing you this, but just so that you can see how well the discussion board works. The discussion board for the first online lesson, 7A.1, looks like this. After just a few hours this morning. So people are asking questions. People, I assume, are looking at other people's questions and getting some ideas from my responses. This is how we're going to communicate. It's starting out great, so keep up the good work. You can post your score on the Computation Go and the learning opportunity right there if you want. If you don't like that idea, email it to me or make it a private comment. I don't care. But if you're asking about a problem, please make it a public comment so that other people can benefit from my replies. Okay. Now, as far as last night's learning opportunity, first let me take a step back and make something clear. I'm not dialing back the curriculum a bit. Everything that was going to be hard is going to be that much harder, because we're not in class doing it together and you can't ask questions in real time. But I know you can do this, and so I'm not going to lower the bar. You're going to learn every bit as much as we would have if we were in class. So here's what you have to do to make that happen. You have to start with the Nearpod lesson. And if you're skipping through it, that's just like being in class and not paying attention. Nobody would ever do that. So don't skip through the Nearpod lesson. You see a problem on a blank screen, you try that problem on the screen or on scratch paper. Then you go to the next slide and watch the video to understand how it's done, or to see if maybe you see a method that's different from yours, but that's where the learning happens. Slow down. If you rush through it, you're not going to understand. I had some students who expressed some concern about last night's assignment, and they hadn't looked at the Nearpod lesson yet, I figured out, based on some communication I had. That's not going to work. It wouldn't work in class, it's not going to work online. Go through the lesson slowly. It's video. Pause it. Go back. Try to understand something you didn't understand, and ask questions. I will do everything I can possibly do, including answer every single one of your questions. You have to do it. You have to do your part. You have to take your time, try hard to understand, and then use the resources the way they're intended. Okay, now here's the other thing I want to say that will hopefully relax some of you. If you've done all that, and then on the next lesson, when you grade the assignment, you see some grade that horrifies you, relax. Relax. Yes, that will be a low grade, but I'm giving you more opportunities to fix that than I normally would, because I have some leeway in this situation, or I assume I do. I'm certain I must. Corrections don't work like they used to. Corrections work like this. You get a grade you don't like. If you're willing to go back and work on the problems that you didn't understand the first time, and I don't mean just using my explanation of the problems to work them out. Let me say this right. You go back to the problem and try to do it yourself. If you can do that, just send me the updated grade. That's fine. You can send me an updated grade on any assignment. I'm fine with that. Here's the other thing you'll certainly figure it out by the time you finish today's Nearpod lesson. I'm going to show the answers and call them out just like I do in class. And I don't have it in front of me, but there might be like 30 problems on that last night's assignment because none of them took very long. Let's say you missed 7, or let's say you missed 15, whatever it is. What's different than what we would do in class is I spend every bit of time you might need going over every single problem on the assignment. So if you missed a lot of problems, don't skip past that part of the video. I'm going to go over every single homework problem on last night's assignment, so the explanations are there for you. You put those explanations together with your understandings that you built when you watched yesterday's Nearpod lesson, and then you go back at the assignment and try again if you need to. And I encourage you to do so. I don't care about grades. I care about what you understand. And if you put in the work to understand it better, you get the updated grade. That's fine. Just send me the updated grade. Chances are you have more time on your hands than you used to, so this shouldn't be a problem. And what else do I need to tell you? I told you to send me your scores. Oh, I know. Okay, when you're going through the Nearpod slides, I activated the draw it function on the slides, so that if you want to try the problems right on the screen.
I found this on YouTube.
Google thinks I'm asking it something, but I didn't. If you want to try the problems on the screen, I think that might be more fun. Go for it. There may be some way to save your work on that Nearpod for your own purposes, but where it says submit, that's like if we were doing a lesson together, the whole class doing a lesson. You submit it to me in that whole class lesson so that I could display it for other students to see, but you don't need to submit anything. You take the notes in whatever way helps you best to understand the material and to be able to refer back to the material when you're doing the assignment or when you're studying for tests. If that means doing it from the screen onto scratch paper, that's fine. If you want to print out the PDF of the notes and work on the notes like we normally do, that's fine. I don't know your printer situation, but whatever works for you. I don't need to see your notes. Your notes are for you. I would like to see your assignments, but I'm not going to have us scanning or taking pictures and sending things back and forth. That like just the back and forth communication today is taking a tremendous amount of time, which I knew it would, and which I'm happy to do and will continue to do. But if we were trying to scan back and forth every piece of paper, that would be ridiculous. So we're not doing that. The feedback you would normally get when I returned your graded paper to you is the same exact feedback you'll get if you will carefully watch after we grade the homework. You'll see on today's Nearpod lesson. After we grade the homework, there are videos going over every single homework problem. That's your feedback. Use that well, and you'll be in as good or better shape than if we did it the way we normally do. The vast majority of you followed directions on yesterday's email to the T and took your time on the Nearpod lesson and did your best on the assignments and made excellent comments and asked good questions on the discussion board. Keep doing what you're doing. Those of you that struggled, I hope you now understand what it's going to take to do this well. And I hope it gets more comfortable. I hope it's a little bit more comfortable after I clarified some things in this video. Thanks for watching. Now, go read the rest of that email carefully, and I'll look forward to hearing from you later today. Thanks.